Extremely proud of our guys. We talked about it earlier here in the press conference, but that's a hard team to play against. They play hard. They don't give up. They junk up the game, so to speak, and they're physical. So it's a really good win for us. Despite their record being whatever it is, like that's a team that, they come on your home floor. You want to try to take care of business, but at the end of the day, you respect how they play and how well coached they are.
We talk about the bench so often and the heart that it shows. It seems like it was Naji tonight. What did you see out of him, and what did you like about what he brought, maybe even coming to the defense of his teammates?
Yeah, Naji was great. That's a part of what he does. If guys are out there trying to be physical and, I won't say illegal, but, not the best play, he's going to take up for his teammates. And that's what we're about. We cover for each other. We're not out there trying to hurt anybody, but we're not going to stand for people coming on our home floor or on the road and, bringing a level of physicality to us. We want to take it to teams. And so, we're all with Naji on that. Now we want to make sure we maintain our composure, but sometimes those things happen throughout the course of the game. But as far as Naji's play, he was fantastic for us off the bench, rebounding the ball, guarding guys, knocking down shots. Huge night for him, and we needed every point and rebound that he brought for us.
Yeah, I think you said earlier this season you haven't given Naji anything. He's earned pretty much everything he's gotten. What's his approach just like in a day in and day out basis for you?
It's the same as most of our guys. He's a work type of guy. He has a work mentality. He comes in, watches his film, gets his treatment, and he's on the floor getting his work in, and we're seeing it over and over again. All of these guys that get an opportunity to play, they're stepping up big for us. And it just continues to build trust with our team. So it's a blessing to have the high character that we have in our locker room.
Zion had the 29, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, a block. What do you think about all the ways he impacted the game tonight?
Amazing. Zion just continues to impress not only myself but his teammates. Once again, especially coming off the injury that he had, he's getting better and better as the season progresses. Another huge night for him, and more importantly, it's leading to wins for us, and so I'm happy for him.
As a coach and as a former player, how important is it to have that kind of a guy on a team like Naji, who is going to be the guy who kind of steps in and takes care of the dirty work, and if somebody's stepping up for teammates and things like that in that instance?
All the good teams have them. Guys that, when there's some stuff going on the floor, they're in the middle of it. And Naji is that for us. But him and Jose, they're like that in practice. They take up for each other. They take up for their teammates. And they don't do it in a way that's dirty. And so, those are things that we talk about. We got to have each other's backs. And tonight was no different.
As a coach, how do you balance? Now we saw Naji get pretty heated in that moment. How do you balance keeping him in the game at that point and kind of trusting him to keep it on the floor and do what he was supposed to do and not, get another tech and get out the game?
Well, it definitely comes down to trust. And we trust all of our guys that they understand the importance of taking up for a teammate but maintaining your composure enough to stay in the game. Sometimes technicals happen. We don't like them, but it's a part of the game. We don't want to pick them up in the fourth quarter where it eliminates our opportunity to win games. But our guys do a great job of protecting each other. Detroit, they're a physical team. I don't think they were out there doing necessarily anything illegal, but that play is dangerous for Z. He's strong, physical, and when he powers up and you don't make a play on the basketball, that's really dangerous, and that's kind of what we saw.
How important is it just during the journey of the season for a young team to show that in the game where there's some physicality, some bodies hitting the floor, a little bit of talking, that you can keep your composure and still come out with the win in the end?
It's important. We're going to get tested. Their teams understand that we're fighting for something big. They are too. At the end of the day, we got to keep it about the game, keep it about basketball, maintain our focus, and more importantly, execute, go out and win the game. That's the important part for us. So we can do all of those things, but we got to make sure teams doesn't take us out of what we want to accomplish, and that's a standard that we want to maintain.
And we always talk about how Jose is the same all the time. Was it funny just to see him on the bench holding his ribs and still running out on the court, still talking to guys, still doing the same thing he always does?
Yeah, I didn't see him on the bench. I was so focused on what was happening on the floor, but that's Jose. That's who he is. Thank God he was okay. Nothing serious from what I was told, but he brings a spark to our team, and we just want to continue to stay connected, continue to trust in each other, believe in each other, and go out and put forth the best effort every night.
Coach, what were your immediate thoughts when you saw Jose go down? Because the whole team, wrapped around them on the court.
My immediate thoughts were quick prayer for him. We need him. We want him to be healthy. And he's having such a great season. We don't want anything to derail that. So just praying for him, hoping that it wasn't serious, and thank God it wasn't. We'll continue to monitor him over the next few days and see how he feels.
And the three-point shot really wasn't going. CJ struggled a bit again tonight, but you guys really dominate inside the paint. And in addition to Z, JV really had a big fourth quarter for you guys. Can you talk a little about his performance?
Yeah, I think that's the beauty in our team is we can win in multiple ways. At least early in the season, we're winning in different ways. There's games where, we're knocking the three ball down and we're playing to great mentality. Tonight was an ugly game that we had to win ugly, and JV was huge for us. We had a brief discussion about it before shoot around. His impact on the game was going to be big. Z's impact, and when it's all said and done, we know we can get to the paint, go finish, or get to the free throw line.
Yeah, Ali mentioned CJ third straight game where he struggled a bit on offense. Just what are you seeing from him on the floor, and what can you kind of do to help him kind of get out of this?
Yeah, he's still kind of recovering from not feeling well, trying to get his rhythm, and CJ will be fine. It happened earlier in the season too, where he has some struggles, but he continues to work. He's a pro. He'll continue to come in, and I'm not worried about him at all.
Coach, Trey's shot is falling down. The 5 games that BI's missed, he's averaged 25 and 5, which is his stat line tonight. Can you talk about how you're going to try and keep that going once you reincorporate Brandon Ingram into the lineup? How you can keep Trey on this hot streak?
When he's open, just shoot the ball. When he's not, pass it or drive it. It's just that simple. When Brandon touches the floor, he may not have as many looks and opportunities that he has now, but when he does, we want him to maintain the same aggressiveness that he has.
Gotcha. And late in the game, 5 fouls for Dyson Daniels, still subbed him in some of the defensive situations. Talk about the mindset and the thought process the coaching staff had to trust him in that with those 5 fouls.
Yeah, he's a young guy that we all trust. Defensively, he's been solid for us all season, so we trust him. We trust putting him in the game at the end of the game like that.
Back to the scrum for a second. Naji picks up the technical foul. New Orleans is kind of a weird city. We may not stand up for a basket being made, but we stand up for a fight and cheer. Do you think the team has embodied the mentality of the season? Of the city at any point?
Say that again.
Do you think the team has embodied the mentality of
the part before that? We may not stand up for.
We may not. The city may not. The fans may not stand up for a basket being made, but do you think they stand up for a fight? They stand up and cheer for a fight. Do you think the team has embodied that mentality of the city?
I think the team definitely embodies the city. Don't know if I necessarily agree with the city not cheering for a bucket, but I understand your point of view. Look, we're a work hard team, sort of like this city. We like to stay connected and stay together, like this city. We like to have a good time doing it, like this city. And we're not just going to take anything from anybody like this city. So if that answers the question, that's kind of, who we are.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, guys.